Welcome to the Word for Life podcast, a daily devotional covering the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
Ruth chapter 1 speaks of two women who will not give up no matter what. First, the Bible author presents the tragedy that fell upon them. They both lose their husbands. You see, losing a husband could be the worst disaster that could happen to a woman those days. Generally, men were the one who worked in those days. So if a husband died, then the wife essentially became homeless and poor. If the woman had a son, then life could be better. But Naomi and Ruth did not have children. And Naomi lost not only her husband, but also her two sons. Ruth was childless. Yet, in verse 6 we read, when Naomi heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of his people by providing food for them, she and her daughters-in-law prepared to return home from there. You see, Naomi saw a chance that God had created for her. Back in her hometown, God had blessed his people, so she planned to move back to her hometown along with her daughters-in-law. Friends, traveling from one country to another was not safe or easy for women those days. In the book of Judges, we saw how women were treated even in Israel. Now the book of Ruth happens during the time of the Judges. But Naomi did not want to die in Moab. She found hope in the grace of God. God has been gracious to Bethlehem, her hometown, so she just took the journey. The author also makes a special mention of Ruth. You see, Bethlehem was not her hometown, so she could have stayed back in Moab. Also, Moab and Moabites were considered as enemies in Israel. Ruth would not be accepted in Israel. Ruth could have just stayed back in Moab. The author also highlights the story of Orpah to show how Ruth made a difficult choice. You see, Orpah returned to Moab because that was the safest place for her. Why Ruth did not return to her comfortable place surprises us. In verse 16, Ruth says to her mother-in-law, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Wherever you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." Friends, Ruth is the epitome of loyalty. She did not want to leave her mother-in-law alone. She could have gone back home, got married, and had a great life, but she stuck with her mother-in-law. Verse 17 and 18 also show the amazing loyalty of Ruth. Ruth told Naomi, "Where you die, I die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." Verse 18 says, when Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. Friends, we would think that Ruth was smart in returning to Bethlehem because she had a future there. But that is not true. Even Naomi, when she reaches Bethlehem, is not confident. In verse 20, she says to the women of Bethlehem, "Don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter." Friends, there is only one thing both women had, and that was determination to continue in life. Friends, you see, perseverance has been the hallmark of many Bible characters. Life was not easy for many people in the Bible, yet they were determined to continue even when life seemed to be difficult. Our Lord Jesus, when He was here on earth, showed that extraordinary determination. In Luke chapter 9 verse 51, we read, "As the time approached for Him to be taken up to heaven, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem." Jesus was determined to fulfill the work the Father had given to Him. Friends, determination to continue can bring a great result in our life.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Word for Life podcast.